your sign. You're going to throw it down on the tabletop. You don't want to get too far away from the exhaust. Not too close to it either though. I'm going to use the edge of the metal and these tracks that are in here to line it up. And you can do that just by feeling it. Make sure it's squared. And then you bring in this clamp. You want to make sure the clamp's not going to be in the way of the laser, so you want to keep it away from your design if at all possible, and only get it onto an edge. They slide pretty easily. I'm going to put it just on the corner and tighten this down. You don't have to kill it. It's already under spring tension already. So this is on, I can feel it, so it should be able to suck in the burning smell. From here, we're going to go ahead and get the CNC laser using this touchpad down here to this exact corner. We want to get it as close as possible. It is a challenge because the laser itself, the laser attachment to this machine is round, so that's going to prove to be challenging to us. But there is at least one trick that I found. So I'm going to line up. So we're trying to find the exact center of the shaft coming out of here. That's where the laser's at. So I'm going to position this laser attachment here, the screw. This whole thing moves kind of weird, but I'm going to try and position it to where it comes straight out the side. So you have 90-degree angles. You know, this is the far left side. I want it on the far left side, and looking directly over it or lined up this way with it. I'm looking directly over it. I'm going to get it lined up with, so I think that the laser eye, based off of this bolt on the side here, as I have it positioned coming straight outside, I am now at the very bottom Y coordinates. So now I'm going to go X coordinates, and I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to do the same idea. I'm going to turn this so the bolt is coming out the bottom, the very bottom of it, and I'm going to try and line the bolt up with the very edge of the metal this way. And if you don't get this lined up, then your laser design is not going to be lined up on your piece of metal. So it looks like I'm good there. So now I'm going to click 0xy. Okay to change it. So that is my X and Y coordinates. Now I'm going to bring this thing over top of the design itself. So now it's just in the middle somewhere. And I'm going to lower this to where it is almost touching. Almost touching the metal. I don't want to actually touch the metal, but I can barely fit a piece of paper underneath there. I'm going to hit 0. So I'm zeroing out that, so now the 0 coordinates for the Z location, which is down, is 0'd. But it can't cut there. We need to bring it up, so we're going to type in 0.1, and we move the torch head up. So the laser literally came off 0.1. So next step, we're going to open our file. So we found our laser. It should be a dot tap, T-A-P, and we can see in here that everything's set how we designed it in the computer. Click next. And we are not referencing it to a virtual 0. We have set to 0. And we're going to click start. And danger, laser file detected, wear proper safety glasses. The safety glasses we have are in here. They need to stay in here unless you're wearing them. When you're wearing these, you can look straight at the laser. You're just fine. Don't put yourself between the laser and it shooting out of the machine, but you can look at it. And then click OK. It's going to move to position. Now it's going to go ahead and cut. We need to make sure that this cable does not get snagged on anything. So just be thoughtful of that. Maybe keep an eye on it depending on how big your piece of metal is or how far it has to go. If there's something on your metal sign that it might snag on, you need to stay over here and be leery of that. If you're smelling a bunch of burnt fumes, then we need to move this closer to it, and you can do that while it is going. Maybe you set it up at the back side without thinking, this can come up and the whole thing can slide that way. When this is all done, you have a couple options. You can just be done with the design, or we have a couple different colors. So if we wanted to, on this sign, if we wanted to add a gold inlay with where the laser's at, we can kind of tap a little bit of powder onto where it has already lasered, so it's got to be completely done. And then we can squeegee the powder down into the design itself. So we have 3 colors right now. We have gold, yellow, and green. And then we need to, before we do anything over here, before we take the metal off, we will load a new file onto our flash drive without moving the torch head because it's at 0 already. And we'll load a new file, but instead of where we put in 1,000 in the cut intensity of the laser, we need to put in 500. So that will turn the laser down to 50%, so it doesn't burn it off completely. It just bakes it like we bake the powder coat in the oven.